I wonder if you could kind of argue that like people do deserve to be paid for like their grandma's data, not just because it's the grandma, but because like actually when you like put it on the sort of like chopping board and you look at the raw data, it's like this is so similar that it's basically like their intellectual property almost. Like you could argue that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the legality of all of that, to be honest. Like that's sort of over outside of my expertise, but I think it's definitely fair. It seems fair to me, even if it's not indefinite. If it's like 30 years after they're passing or 40 years after they're passing, you still get paid out. Like I don't know what that number is, and obviously we're still designing these things, open to feedback. But it just seems fair that if someone is really sick with something and they've donated their data, right? Like I'm keeping this purely at the individual level, like I'm not really thinking about like your kids or inheritance or anything like that, but just at like a basic like concept of fairness. I've donated my data. I didn't have to, but I did. That data got used, and now it's creating like I don't know, $1 billion drug. I get a cut of that. Unfortunately, that happens 20 years in the future, and I'm already dead, right? Like, and so I think it's fair that if I don't get it, I can choose who gets it, right? Like that, it just seems like a fundamentally a fair thing. If I'm starting with the assumption that people own their health data and they're sort of what's the word, they're owed almost, right? Like certain compensation for that. Like if they pass, then they should just be able to sort of say who their next of kin is, and that payment goes to them. That just seems fair to me. But I think that was more the angle I came from, much less like a legal, like you actually are related to that person, so you own it. Like I don't know about the legality of that, but just it comes down to fairness, I think, for me.
Unchecked governments have eradicated privacy and truth. Those who resist are brought down swiftly, but we refuse to submit. Unipunks are freedom fighters, protected by encrypted shadows. The future we're building is sovereign and uncensorable. The moonlit night is coming.